Hi, I'm Paulina Generalchuk, and I'm an IB senior at Gulf High School.
My name is Michael Jarvis, and I'm a senior in high school at Gulf High School, and I'm in the IB program.
My name is Andrea Butler, and I'm a senior in the IB program at Gulf High School.
When you're in middle school and you hear about college, it's portrayed as this super hard program that you're going to have trouble, you're going to be out these long nights, and I think IB does a great job of giving you an experience with these long nights and giving you, you're not going to be wearing yourself out, but it just gives you a real life parallel to draw. It gives you something you can compare to. It gives you these experiences, so you're not a fish out of water when you get into college. You've already experienced these things and you're adjusted to that kind of environment.
Really, the homework load, the coursework, the curriculum that we follow, I feel very prepared because in comparison to other classes such as AP classes or dual enrollment, they just merely teach you to complete your work, to prepare for a test, to memorize hit facts, but IB chooses or makes us think critically about problems, to analyze situations beyond what the textbook has to say, to imply or to make implications to real world situations. And I feel that in life we need to be prepared for other situations besides textbook situations that can happen to us.
It's definitely not been an easy process, but I think it's definitely matured me and made me grow up a lot. And because of that, I think I'm ready to take on anything that life has to offer me.
More than just the curriculum being difficult, I think it's more of a life learning process. You learn a lot of life goals when you're doing these community service programs and you're doing these big papers. You learn the idea of a deadline and how important it is for your work or your career or whatever it is. So I just think that it teaches you a lot of life skills that'll be important no matter where you're at.
Honestly, it's not that bad. Once you learn to manage your time, I play 2 sports and I do a bunch of community service, and I'm in multiple clubs, maybe probably over 5, 6, 7 around that. And I still get everything that I need to get done. You just have to learn how to manage your time.
It's very stressful, but I think that IB has helped me to manage my time effectively. We have, here at Gulf High, I don't know how it is at other high schools, but I know that we have 6 classes a day, and we have homework for every single class, and while it may not be hours upon hours of homework for each class, it is hours and hours for homework for our whole entire class, but it's for our benefit and it's for the betterment of and the continuation of our education. The homework is definitely not the hardest part of the program. Well, TOK is the theory of knowledge, and I think that it's very important in our curriculum because it assesses the way that we think about certain things. It's not like a math class or a history class that's structured and we have to know certain information. This class we're free to think, and that's something that IB really holds as a value in its curriculum, and it encourages personal thought and individuality, and I think that this class really stresses that fact.
Basically, we explore the ways we think about things in our world. We explore the way we make claims. We explore all kinds of subjects, and then we unify them under the way that we think about things. It's more of a fundamental knowledge class than it is any other history or math class.
What we do in that class is we investigate controversial issues from different perspectives, from emotional perspectives, from intuitive perspectives, and we see whether or not it's ethical. I think that class has really opened up my mind to the world and seen that, my perspective is not the only one, and it's definitely helps you out in life. I think it will help you out.
While most high schools require you to have a certain amount of volunteer hours by the end of your career, I think that CAS stresses also we need to have as many volunteer hours, but it stresses the importance of the individual and what we can do for our community and what we can contribute to our school, to other people that live around us, and it shows how students can work in groups or on individual projects, and we can see our results. It's important for us to gain experience working with projects and doing something other that can benefit other people rather than ourselves.
But CAS is something that requires you to stay active in your community. We do projects for our school, we do projects outside of school for hospitals, we do volunteer initiative projects where we raise money for certain fundraisers. It's just a wide array of contributions to the community that I don't think are offered by normal volunteer programs. I think as a student it teaches you the value of contributing more than just what's required of you, because normally when you're a student it's almost as if you're just trying to meet the bar, you're trying to get what you need to get. But I think CAS, it kind of teaches you the value of contributing more to your society than it is just getting a good grade.
I think that the classes that we take in IB, including history, English, and the fact that it's international, it's definitely opened up my mind to other perspectives, other international views.
I think that because IB stresses a global standard of learning, it stresses us, or it pushes us to think outside of the box. It pushes us to think of what's outside of our community. And even if you don't have the chance to travel somewhere, through the study of language, history, even English and mathematics, we use textbooks from different countries. We evaluate issues from different perspectives. And I think that we become aware of global situations and we become aware of global perspectives that can really change how we think, rather than just looking at it from an American's perspective or even the perspective that you have within your group of friends.
IB has shown me, for the most part, that other cultures are a little more closer to ours than we always thought they were, because we live in the United States. It's almost always portrayed as something that's distant if you look at these third world countries, but the curriculum is so integrated into a worldview as opposed to just something that's America-based. I think it really gives you a more open mind towards the equality that exists in our world right now.
They should consider if they really want to apply themselves in high school, how committed you want to be to your education, how far you want to go in life. This program will really help you. If you're still unsure, you should still join the program just to test it out. And if you're not into it, then you can leave. But I believe that this program holds more value than AP or dual enrollment, because it's not merely, like I said in my first answer, not memorizing facts. It's applying what you've learned to real-world situations. It's being prepared for life.
A lot of people will ask me, why not just take the dual enrollment route or just take normal AP classes and get my credits? Well, you will get your credits and you'll have a head start in college, but I don't think it's anywhere near as effective as IB is in preparing you for not only your college career, but your life career.
And I think IB is definitely a huge opportunity, especially in college. Colleges look at that stuff. They see if your high school offers IB, you should take that. You should be taking that course. And because you're taking that course, you will have priority in admissions. And I think that's really good.
I think that a lot of times when people are discussing IB, it's a lot about, they focus more on the education and the curriculum side of it. They say it's a lot of work, but you'll accomplish a lot. And I think this is true, but I think one thing that's not really talked about as much as I think it deserves to be is that the community of the program. You may have some hard times and you may struggle here and there, but you've got 40 other kids in your program that are going through the same thing you are. And while I think in regular high school you don't get something like this because you're in different kids, different classes, being in like a select group of kids that are in the same boat as you gives you this sort of reassurance or community that you're going to have people there for you when you need it. And I think that's really important because it's not something you experience in most of your life or even in regular high school. And I think IB gives you a unique experience as far as having a community to rely on and a family you know that's always going to be there.
Yeah, I think your IB group and the teachers especially are really supportive in what you want to do. And sometimes they'll even work with you. If you have anything going on, they'll work with you. You know, you don't have to turn this thing in on a certain time if you have something huge going on. And they're really supportive, you know. If you need extra help, they will always be there for you. And I think that's one of the main advantages of being an IB, is that you get that close personal connection with other students and teachers, and you learn to, like, even with that help, you learn how to become an individual, and that's especially important in college when you're on your own. But it's a great opportunity.
I plan to go to University of Florida. I'm interested in computer sciences, and that's my initial thought as far as my major.
I plan to go to Florida Gulf Coast University. I'm majoring in biomedical sciences and minoring in French. And I want to work for Doctors Without Borders because I want to bring to people across the world healthcare and access to health that they wouldn't have otherwise.
I actually plan on going to USF for a year and then possibly transferring to a school up north to pursue a major in neuroscience. I think while I'm doing that as well, I kind of want to keep doing that community part of IB, and I want to actually, maybe even start my own organization